The God that heals all of our diseases. He's amazing. Snatches us out of poverty. Snatches you out of depression. He's amazing. He's amazing. He snatched me out of sin. He's amazing. They said it couldn't be done, but look at God. When you look at your neighbor, because they said I wouldn't be here today, that's why I know he's an amazing God. He's an amazing. Come on, one more time. Let everybody lift it up. Come on. Hallelujah. 2 Kings, chapter number 7. 2 Kings, chapter number 7. He's an amazing God. He truly is an amazing God. I see how amazing he is. Exposed me to something different. I was crazy as I don't know what. Survived and because a thinking mind is a thankful heart, because we say when we think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for us, you start clapping in your hands and my mind in your back against the back, but you have a butt God. Oh God. Have abundant life. 2 Kings chapter number 7, verse 3. When you have it, if you don't mind, could you stand? This will be the only time. In a way, go get an iPhone. Oh, yeah. The Bible says actions and you see attitudes and you a community to be around people that's just like them. And I understand that normally people with certain conditions like to group themselves around people that are just like them. Although you may not see the condition, although you may not be able to physically see it, but it's something about unforgiveness, and there's something about pain that knows how to group you together with other people that are in pain. The enemy, he seems like he sends out a hitman that can pick up on the scent of hurt people. And what happens is everybody that's talking the same language, normally they group themselves together and they see through flawed lenses. Because everything they see is not coming from a place of optimism. It's always coming from a place of pessimism. In other words, when you see that God can do it, someone else from a hurt lens will say, God won't do it for you. And because of that, it cripples you and it makes you stagnant. When God is moving, you cannot move because you're in a place of hurt, pain, and shame. I'm going somewhere. And these lepers, they were sentenced to a place to be stagnant. But when you make a decision, a cutting away of something has to happen. When you see an incision, that means that the doctor is going in to cut something. Oh God, when you see scissors, cutting away of something. So when you make a decision, that means that you're cutting away something and you're going to have to choose one or the other. So when you say, I'm making a decision, that means that I'm cutting something and something has to fall off. I wonder today, to lead the crowd. And it seems like when they made a decision, they got into a worse condition. Somebody says sometimes making a decision looks worse than before it looks better. So they got away from their community and they got away from their life sentence because a lot of us, we feel comfortable being around people that are numb just like us. Comfortable because we know that we won't be talked about because they got issues just like me. We are comfortable because they're hurting just like me. So one can't talk about the other because all of us are in pain. They can't talk about my issues. But do you understand that sometimes God will allow a group of y'all to make a decision? Oh God, that something has to get cut so y'all can be isolated and it'll look worse before it'll look better. By the Spirit of the living God, some of you have made a decision. You have cut something and instead of it looking better right now, it looks worse. But can I give you a word this morning? You are just in transition because of your decision and you're still with the issue. Oh God, I don't know. Oh God, I don't know who I'm talking to. Made you go in transition and it got you out of one place to another. Can you high-five your neighbor for the first time and say, hello neighbor, I still got my issue, but at least I'm in transition. So they got in transition because of something they decided to cut. What did they cut? For the sake of time, and we may be able to get into it later, and if you see something happened, it was a siege. They took over territory. And it was a famine in the land. The prophet had spoken and said it wasn't going to rain. Oh God, everything dried up. And the prophet prophesied to the king, saying, listen, by this time tomorrow, oh God, something is going to shift. Oh something is going to shift, but you ain't going to shift with it. Matter of fact, you won't die. Oh God, watch the text. If you see, but the lepers, oh God, the 4 lepers, they picked up something in the spirit realm, that something was shifting. When they should have been known to it, they caught on to the shift. I want to talk to the people right now. No, everybody else around you is love, but God spoke something, and you caught it. Something is happening, although people don't see it. Oh, something is happening on the inside of me. I look messed up, I feel messed up, everything around me is crumbling, but something on the inside of me is telling me I need to get from the ordinary and go to the supernatural. Can you high five your neighbor for the second time? Say, I feel a shifting in my spirit. Now, I understand that the enemy here, because actually I would have thought when they left the community, at least they got to the gate of the enemy. Oh, they got to the gate of the enemy. They got from around the hurt community. Oh God. And they start having conversations that they would have never had before. I'm talking to somebody in the room. Oh God, you're going to start having conversations that you ain't never had before. I don't know, but I that somebody conversations. Instead of talking from a hurt place, you're talking from a place of power. From talking from a bad place. Everything is being negative. You just can't stand to have negative people around you no more. You know, you used to allow it. Matter of fact, you used to come you. Just won't let it. You just can't stand the negative talk because something is going on the inside of you. You say, no. I can't let you mess up my vision. I can't. Wrong. I know they deserve shifting. Isn't anybody in the room that's shifting? Although you still got the leprosy, but you still refuse. Somebody said this is a cutting. They cut it. Made a decision to cut the others, and the 4 decide to go to a place that should have killed them. I got a little time to work with the text. So now they get to the gate, Derek, and they get to the gate. They ponder because they know that the enemy is on the inside the gate. I don't know which one it was. Shows me that this person, we'll talk about him later on. Oh, God was a little bold. He was the one that should have, glory to God, stayed with that condition. And I wonder what made him decide to speak up. Sometimes you have to go against your own condemnation, because some of you, just like the woman of God said, being wrong, and the enemy is trying to make what's about to happen. But you're saying, if God forgave me, I got to forgive myself. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning, but the hardest person to forgive trying to get you stuck. Can I tell you that God gave me a duty this morning, and I'm here by the Holy Ghost assignment to get you from unstuck. That God is about to pull you out of that mud. Oh God, to pull you out of depression, to pull you out of shame, to pull you out of hurt, because you made a decision with God, and God is all your mess. Oh God, I felt something in. And so they decided to get from around their community, and they start having a conversation. The conversation went something like this: if we stay here, we gonna die. We already know what it is. So I got a question for you this morning. What the outcome is if you decide to stay where you are. See, some of you have to make a decision. I'm not going to be hurt no more. Oh, God, I'm not going to be mad anymore. I'm not going to be depressed anymore. I don't care what happens. I have made a decision. I'm not staying here anymore. Is there anybody in the room? You know it's time to make a decision. You know, glory to God, where you're going to be 20 years from now. If you keep feeling the way you feel it, but you're going to make a decision. I'm not staying in this place any longer, because God has promised me. If I don't make a decision, I'm going to sit here and die in this mess. This morning, I have made a decision. I'm making a cutting. I got to cut everything that's holding me back, because joy of the Lord is my strength. I'm going to continue to be weak. Somebody need to get their sins out and start cutting. I don't care what happened. I don't care who said it. I don't care who did it. I don't care who's talking. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. But I'm pulling out the scissors and I'm start cutting. So you can sit there if you want to, but I'm putting out my scissors because I'm about to grow up and go. We almost there. So they went to talking, and so when they went to talking, something happened. There's something about a conversation. It'll show you who with you and who ain't. It shows you who's with you and who's not. Because look at the text. The text suggests, it says, why we sit here and die. So I'm going to ask you a question. And it's a rhetorical question. It's something that you can ask yourself later. Oh God, and you need to just lay hands on yourself now. It's a question. Are you going to die? No. You need to really ask yourself the question. Are you going to die? No. Ask yourself the question. Are you going to continue to feel sorry for what happened? Or are you going to get over it? Oh God, and go on. Oh God, see, let me talk for a moment, because some people feel justified, oh God, but being hurt. Oh God, you feel like you got a right to be mad all your life. Oh God, the Bible says you're supposed to be angry, but sin not. It's a sin to hold a grudge even with yourself. Even with yourself. So let's talk for a moment, because when you got saved, God didn't just save you for you to sit in it, but He saved you, Derek, and the Bible declares that the blood of Jesus has the power to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Let's talk. Because in our minds, we think, DJ, there was just the unrighteousness that we. Oh, Tab already got it. See, you got to understand. When it says all, somebody say all. That means even the stuff that was done to you, he cleaned you from that too. So I don't have a right to be hurt because he cleansed that too. The rape, the molestation, the lies, the ridicule, the blood cleansed that too. There ain't nothing that the blood won't cleanse. When I accepted Jesus, he started cutting. He threw the sins of that and just went to cut. Somebody said the blood never loses its power. Now go high five two people. Go high five two people. Say get free, get free. Some of y'all ain't moved yet. Some of y'all ain't moved yet. Some of y'all ain't moved yet. You need to go tell them to get free. Get free. Because whom the Son set free. Whom the Son set free is free indeed. I don't know, but I just heard emphasis on the indeed. The indeed means he does exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we can ask, think of, imagine. I don't know who I'm talking to in here this morning, but he's going to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that you can ask, think of, imagine. Get free. The blood, 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 the blood. I don't know what you don't think the blood can do, but it has the ability to get you free. So, let's get ready to close this text. Because Carlton, they came from around their crowd. They got from around their circle. I'm not going to be around a bunch of hurt people no more. Because hurt people, the reason you can't never heal, because you still around hurt people. That's all they know how to do is hurt people. So if you want to get free, you need to get from around hurt people. Because soon as you make a decision, you steady getting hurt. Some of y'all ain't good for one another because you still hurt. Oh God, you trying to get free, but your enemy, your friend hurting you. Oh girl, did you hear what they said? See, I need to get from around you, boo. I love you. You my friend, but I got to leave you for a season because you keep hurting me. I know you don't know how to cut out, but I'm going to cut out and help pull you up because I'm making a decision to cut you off. Y'all ain't good for each other. Y'all ain't good for each other right now. Y'all ain't good for each other right now. I love you. But you ain't good for me right now. Because you're contaminated. My next. For real though. It doesn't mean I don't love you. But it just means that you keep hurting me. Unintentionally. Let's go. Yes, you have to go in this room. And so we have, because Because theologians believe that every time you come in the midst of lepers, the law says you become ceremoniously unclean. Because when they touch you, you change. You contaminate. So I got a question. How many times you been around your friends when you made a decision to get free, but you be in the room and on the phone hanging out, and you got right back in the same condition? Oh God, that you made a decision that I was going to let go, and you said, I don't know what's wrong with me, because you're still contaminated, you still going in an environment, you can't never get better, because people still put that stuff in you. But I'm making a decision today to get up and go up. And so now, this is where the shift happens. This is really when the shift happens. Because I need you to write this down. A shift is always going to cost you something. I need you to hear me. It's always going to, somebody say always. It's going to cost you something. You cannot shift without a move. You cannot shift without a decision. You cannot shift without going down. I just gave y'all 3 in 1. You cannot shift without costing you something. You cannot shift without a move. And you cannot shift in wanting to go back. Watch this. Because if God is shifting you, with some of you by the Spirit of God, He has shifted some of you, but you keep going back from the place you were. He shifted you out of one season, but you kept going back because you was comfortable with that season. Y'all don't like me this morning, but I'm telling you, we've been talking about a shift, but when God shifts you, you keep going back because you was comfortable where you were. I'm speaking to some people this morning. The reason that you are so unstable right now, He's making the ground, He's tearing up the very ground around you. So He's destroying some places so you can't go back. He's helping some of us out. Could you look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, oh God, what you are experiencing now are birth pains. Because here what happens is simply He's destroying some stuff so you won't make the decision to go back. And you don't like it. You big mad. And you don't like it. Can I tell you sometimes when God does the best thing for us, 9 times out of 10 we don't like it. I don't know, but I wish. But Tab and I were having a conversation last night at the dinner table. And it was just something, something. This is the first time in the 16 years that we were married that we bought a dinner table. It seems crazy to y'all, but we were in a condition that we couldn't purchase our own dinner table. So after 16 years of being together, 14 years, this is the first one we ever bought on our own. And so, so therefore, we were in a condition that we were always eating in a place that was designed for eating. So when we went over to other people's homes, they invited us for dinner. We would always go to the living room because we were not conditioned to eating at a table. See, some people catch it in a moment. When God shifts you, you're so used to being in places where He shifted you from. So I had to make it up in my mind. I said, okay, God, you're going to put me at the table while I'm still going away from it. you at the table. So now you're going away from the table because you used to eat at the couch. But God is speaking this morning. You are about to make up your mind and make some decisions that when God opens up the table, I'm going there and kick my shoes off and eat everything that he put at the table for me to eat. So we complaining about not being at the table. Wow. But our condition keep us out of the room. Your attitude is not your ability. It's your attitude messed up. You anointed. Yes, you are. You are appointed. Yes, you are, but your attitude nasty. Oh, God. Your attitude is keeping you away from the table. Can you high-five your neighbor? Say, neighbor, yes, you're anointed. Yes, you're appointed, but your attitude is nasty. Oh no, yeah, okay, God. Okay, God. And so now you're angry. You're angry because you sent other people in your seat. Let's talk about it for a moment because every time God put you in the table, oh God, because he put you there, oh God, you made the decision to go back. So this is what happened with the lepers. They made a decision. And if you go and read, oh God, if you go and read 2 Kings 6:23, you will see they left their community and they made a decision to get away from around the people that was going to die with their condition. And they said they did not understand or they did not hear the prophetic word that Elijah gave to the king Ahab. But it was something in them knowing that it had to be something better. I want to talk for a quick second for the people you feel it's an inkling. You don't see it, but you know that it's something better than the way you feel. Because some of you right now feel miserable. But you feel hopeless. Oh, you don't feel helpless, you feel hopeless. And the enemy is trying to get you caught up in how you feel. But can you imagine, Derek, that they grabbed the word that they didn't even hear? See, they grabbed the word. They weren't even in the presence of somebody gonna catch it. That's why some of you ain't tapped out yet, because you done tapped into something that you weren't even around. That's why some of you ain't blew your brains out. That's why some of you ain't went on drugs. That's why some of you ain't just killed, because you done tapped into something that you weren't even around. Can I have about 10 of y'all that's in this room that know God that's speaking something on your behalf? Can you give them 10 seconds of praise for speaking it out? Don't better do better than that. He's speaking something even when you weren't in the room. He's calling your name out. That I'm bringing them out about this time tomorrow. Is there anybody in the room can say by this time tomorrow I'll be at the place I'm supposed to be? Can you go high five? 3 people said by this time tomorrow. Come on, prophesy. Prophesy, 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 prophesy. By this time tomorrow. By this time tomorrow. By this time tomorrow. By this time tomorrow. Why do I say by this time tomorrow? I don't put a time limit on how long I'm going to stay here. God didn't tell me, but I'm going to decree. He said call those things. The midnight is going to work. be out. I'm going to be out. I'm going to be out. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. I don't care what everybody else say. I don't care how everybody else feels. I will not be distracted. I will not be distracted. I will not be distracted. I have allowed people to distract me in the past, but this is too important for me and my family to get distracted. I don't care if it's husband. I don't care if it's wife. I don't care if it's children, mama, dad, sister, brother. I will not be distracted because I'm making a decision to cut and go up. Watch this. We almost there. Watch this. We almost there. I got to preach this. Watch this for a little minute. This is really what messed me up. This really what messed me up. They made the decision and they still had leprosy. You hear me? They made the decision and they still were sick. Somebody gonna catch it in a moment. They made the decision to be healed before they were healed. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you saying, oh God, I don't care how I feel, but I'm making a decision. Even how I feel, I'm going to get healed. I don't care what the doctors say. I don't care what my sister say. I don't care what my brother say. I cannot stay here. So, if you contaminate, you stay there. When I'm going with the ship, oh God, I'm going with the ship. I don't care what everybody else said. I don't care what my geological pool said. Everybody in your family was alcoholic. So what? I'm cutting and I'm going up. See, now a decision. I'm almost done. Y'all can see I'm almost done. I know what you see. I know what you feel. Because Sylvia leprosy, it reminded you of what's going on underneath the skin. So you just didn't feel it. You saw it. I want to talk to the people right now. You not only feel it, but every time you go into a space, you feel it. You feel internally that something is off. And so they got to the gate. They got to the gate, and they says, now we're in a place that we have to make the second decision. The first decision, the first cutting is that we need to cut away or cut some stuff, oh God, that kept us stagnant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, help us.
Because I was stuck in this place. So I got to cut everything that kept me stuck. See, you need to hear this part because this is the most important part. Because I had to cut everything that kept me stuck. Physically, they had legs to move. But see, what happened to them internally kept them stuck. See, some of you guys, right there, you call it Derek, some of you guys have the power to shift, but internally, you're crippled. It's what's going on in your mind, in your head, that's got you stuck. See, that's why your head got to be free. Oh, that's why he said, be ye changed by the renewing of your mind. Oh God, you got the ability, but your mind all messed up. How do I know your mind messed up? By what you say. Everything you see is out of a bad lens. Somebody trying to bless you, but you say, I don't trust them. They're trying to do, I don't know why they're doing it. Oh God, God has sent you help, but you treat that help like it's a curse. I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody high five your neighbor, said, neighbor, you better trust God and kill your flesh. Oh, that's the wrong neighbor, because God is sending help. I don't care if the help looks like the devil. God will use your enemies to bless you. I'm trying to help some of y'all before we go on. We say scriptures like this. The Lord will make our enemies. You got no scripture in. So why is it that when God making your enemies bless you, you refuse to help with your prideful self? We say we hear from God. But when God sends us to the enemy's camp, that's got to be the devil. See, we want God to tell us what we want to hear instead of what we need to grow. But I'm telling you this morning, God, yeah, you heard God. You heard God when he told you to bless them. Oh, God, but you said they don't need it. But Lord, you heard it. You just don't want to be obedient. I don't know why I'm going there. So Gary, we cannot shift because of this. The enemy has done an amazing job with this. They control this. We're believing God for so many things. We're believing God and we're praying. But can I tell you quickly, before we go to the last one, is that some of our prayers are never reach God because when you pray, you have to line up with his precepts. Watch this. Some of you right now, and I'm going to tell you right now, some of you, by the Spirit of the Lord told me I can't prophesy to you no more.
Come on. Make it plain now.
The reason is, he said, son, they haven't obeyed what I said 5 years ago.
Come on now.
So I have shut your mouth to speak in their life. Because every time you give a word, they are mandated to obey. Some of you guys are in a place of trouble with God because you don't understand. Every time you get a word from God, if you don't obey, it's hurting you. You want a word, but you don't want to be obedient to the word. See, you don't need to get on another prophetic line because if you ain't going to do what God said do, you're getting in trouble. You better run from the line. You better run from, if you ain't going to obey, you better run, Forrest, run. Because every time God speaks a word, I felt that. Every time he releases a word, he requires obedience. Why sit ye here and die? So it ain't a word you need. You need to be obedient. I know y'all quiet right now. So he told me, Chris, he said, son, you can't, even though I see it, I can't say it. Because this is for your protection. Not because of a lack of prophecy. I'm getting ready to close here. We're getting ready to close. And they picked up on the prophetic word. And they obeyed. Watch this. Y'all can hear me. They obeyed something no one else caught. Let me go over here to this side. Sean, he prophesied to Ahab. Ahab, he was trying to prepare for something that he wasn't qualified to get. But the person they said wasn't qualified to get it is the one that prepared the ship. Somebody catch that later on. I'm talking to the people. They said you ain't prepared, that you don't deserve it, that you ain't gonna get there, but you caught it when everybody else was getting it. I don't know who I'm talking to, but they said you'll never amount to anything. But God has made you catch it in your sleep. You've been dreaming about it. You've been talking about it. You've been fasting about it. But now is your season to get ready to come out, to make a decision to cut and go up. And so they caught the word, and the word wasn't even for them. It's some people in the room that you done grabbed hold by default somebody else's word. Oh, because they didn't obey God. God got you in with your hungry self, with your hungry self, with your hungry self. See, if they didn't believe it, I still believe God, because the same God that blessed him, he'll do the same thing for me. I felt something there. Somebody said the same God. So watch this. Keep playing that game. So now, they caught it, and it caused them to move. And they hadn't been healed yet. They still hurt. And the enemy is trying to numb them before they get to the promise. It seems like when you make a decision, that's when all the hurt and the pain start coming out of nowhere. But I just sense in the room that some people in here are closer than what you think. A telltale sign is that all hell has been breaking loose. Some people, it's been a hard week. It's been harder than a mud July. We just 16, 17 days in the mud. It has been harder than a mud. But God said it's trying to numb you and make you tap out. Oh God, before you get to the place that I want to prophesy by the Spirit of God, don't you die yet. You can't die now. You're closer than you've ever been. Don't let nobody talk you out of. Oh God, don't let nobody talk you out of. Don't let no feelings get in your way. I'm making a decision why I'm hurting. I'm gonna need the musician. I'm hurting. Wow, I'm hurting. So I'm moving while I'm in pain, because I know that if I go, if I don't go, I'm gonna die right here. Just like this. So now the lepers made a decision. I'm gonna close. I guess we'll have to pick up on Wednesday, because I got several points, and because of the pool in the room, I can't get to them. And so watch this time. They got to a place, and somebody said it was a prepared place for the decision-making people. Watch this. Watch this. It's a prepared place for decision-making people. No. Once you make a decision, God don't hear you right off sometimes, but he prepares the place for the hurt people to go. Watch this. This is going to bless you. Read it in your own time. This place was kept by the enemy. They had seized this place. And Matthew, they were a lot stronger than the 4 lepers. The 4 lepers couldn't even heal themselves. But when they made a decision not to sit in it, I'm going to go on in. What God did is made the 4 men seem like a mighty army. Oh God. See, when you start making a decision, God will start making people leave your stuff alone. Oh God. See, you got to understand what I just said. Read it in your own time. Oh God. When God got through with the enemy, he made the enemy run for 4 folks. Read it in your time. The 4 sick people, they were the first ones to protect the prophet prophetic word that the well people didn't get. Everybody standing here. No. This is going to blow your mind. It was the leprosy that got them there first.
Yeah. Come on.
Can I tell you, sometimes it's your struggle, it's your pain that pushes you to your promise. Because the so-called well people, they stayed, although they were dying the same. We'll talk about it. Everybody was experiencing the same thing, but because the well people thought they were good. They got comfortable in being good. But God wanted you better. Somebody says better. Sometimes God has to allow pain to push you into purpose. And because these lepers understood they had leprosy. Oh, they understood. I need you to hear me. Everybody, somebody say everybody, was experiencing the same thing. But it was only the ones that knew they were sick. Some of y'all don't understand y'all sick. Because the king himself, read it in your own time. The king himself got the word that, look, everybody's experienced a family, even Elijah experienced a family, and he says, look, by this time tomorrow, that it will be this soul for this soul for that, but you ain't gonna eat none. But it was the lepers that said, okay, I know I need some help. And it pushed them to that place first. Can I give y'all something? Some of you guys that know you're sick and you're making a decision to cut some stuff, it's going to require you to move to a place of uncomfortability. If you allow me to make that a word, out of your uncomfortable place. That means I'm going to have to get around some well people and expose my issues.
Come on.
And it's going to make me feel like I'm uncomfortable, Pastor. Because they're going to see my nakedness. Because I got to expose my issues. I know y'all think I got it all together, but I don't. Oh no, I ain't felt nothing in months. I can't even cry no more. I'm so numb. I don't even know what to feel anymore. Because I'm in a place of protection. And when God speaks now, you so desensitized, you can't even hear God. You don't know what's God or what's the devil. Your mind is all confused. You can't even receive good news. You don't know what to believe anymore. If God gonna do it, is He? By the Spirit of the living God, there's some in this room right now, you're even questioning God. Does He exist? You in this room. Are the prayers working? Are the prayers working? Some of you are struggling hard. And if that's you, you're struggling. You for the leprosy. You're becoming numb. You're becoming desensitized. We're going to ask you to come. I want to pray for everybody. If that's you, you don't know. Altar workers, I need you. You don't know.